Good afternoon. Before we begin, please ensure that all cell phones and electronic devices are silenced at this time. Thank you for being here with us this afternoon as we celebrate the graduating class of 2024. This ceremony is a culmination of 4 years of hard work, dedication, and fortitude. Today, we focus on our class. With that in mind, please keep individual student celebrations to a minimum so that all students' names can be heard. Once all names have been called, I assure you, we will take the appropriate amount of time to applaud and celebrate our graduates. Thank you. Guests, please rise for our faculty who will lead the processional of the graduating class of 2024. I will now turn the ceremony over to Mackenzie Walcott, our senior class president, who will be presiding over the ceremony.
Thank you. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem, led by ASA senior Angela James. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And I will add that is a national recording artist, Angela James.
Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to recognize the distinguished guests that are here with us today. From Aiken County School Board, Mr. Cameron Nessel, Chair, District 9. From Aiken County Public School District Administration, Mr. King Lawrence, Superintendent of Aiken County Public Schools. Dr. Amy Edwards, Chief Officer of Instruction. Ms. Jennifer Hart, Chief Officer of Human Resources and Administration. Mr. Trey Traxler, Chief Financial Officer. Ms. Mary Glenn Piccolino, Director of Communications and Community Partnerships. Mr. Berkeley Postel, Assistant Superintendent of High Schools. Dr. Phyllis Gamble, Assistant Superintendent of Middle Schools. Ms. Julie Rebel, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Schools. Mr. Eric Jeffcoat, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Schools. Ms. Beth Taylor, Assistant Superintendent of Special Programs. We would also like to recognize the ASA faculty and staff here today. In addition, we would like to say thank you to all sponsors that helped support today's event, especially our presenting sponsor, Rhodes Graduation Services, platinum sponsor, Aiken Works, and gold sponsors, Haas and Hildebrandt, as well as Cold Creek Nurseries, who provided the plans for the stage. Each year, the graduating senior who has accumulated the second highest overall GPA is named the Salutatorian. At this time, I would like to introduce the class of 2024 Salutatorian, Colette Julia Peters, for the official welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Colette Peters, and I'm thrilled to welcome you all to the Aiken Scholars Academy Class of 2024 graduation ceremony. First, I would like to extend a warm welcome to the district officials and the Aiken County School Board. Without your generous support, this ceremony would not have been possible. To the teachers and school administrators that have shaped us into ambitious young adults, I welcome you as much as you welcomed us into our school. And to the friends and families that have come to witness this ceremony, I hope you know how much your support means to each and every one of us. Thank you all for choosing to be here on this special occasion. I have been looking forward to this event ever since I made the choice to attend ASA. When I first started high school, amid a pandemic, like many of us, I was apprehensive about what's to come. A new school with new people, with the promise of a challenging curriculum. However, stepping into ASA for the first time, I immediately knew this place was special. I met an amazing cohort of talented students supported by a group of diligent, compassionate teachers. Even through annotated bibliographies and Rubenstein guides, I loved the challenge and community ASA instilled in me. Our families and friends worked hard to help us in any way they could, whether that be by quizzing us before a test, offering an understanding ear, or encouraging us to persevere. ASA made me look forward to being in high school, not just completing it. This ceremony isn't just the celebration of the end of high school, it's the celebration of all the amazing experiences, lessons, friendships, and memories we have made over the last 4 years. Now, having earned this incredible achievement, we have even more to look forward to. This ceremony marks a boundary where we step out into the real world and begin to make something of ourselves. I'm excited to see what each of you create. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2024.
Thank you, Colette. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. King Lawrence, Superintendent of Aiken County Public School District.
Well, congratulations, class of 2024. I'm very proud of all of you, and I have to tell you, since the very beginning of my career, I've always enjoyed reading children's books. And I read them to children, I read them to adults, I read them to anybody I can get a chance to. And I've chosen one for you this morning or this afternoon that I think is very appropriate for the day. It's called What Do You Do with a Chance? It's by Kobe Yamada. One day, I got a chance. It seemed to just show up. It acted like it knew me, as if it wanted something. I didn't know why it was here. What do you do with a chance? I wondered. It fluttered around me. It brushed up against me. It circled me as if it wanted me to grab it. I started to reach for it, but I was unsure and pulled back. And so it flew away. I thought about it a lot. I wished I had taken my chance. I realized I had wanted it, but I still didn't know if I had the courage. When another chance came around, I wasn't so sure, but I decided to try. I went to reach for it, but I missed and fell. I was embarrassed. I felt foolish. It seemed like everyone was looking at me. I decided I never wanted to feel this way again. So after that, whenever a chance came along, I ignored it. And the more I ignored them, the less they came around. Until one day I noticed that I hadn't seen a chance in quite a while. It was as if they had all disappeared. I started to worry, what if I don't get another chance? I know I acted like I didn't care, but the truth was, I did. I still wanted to take a chance, but I was afraid, and I wasn't sure if I would ever be brave enough. Then I thought, maybe I don't have to be brave all the time. Maybe I just need to be brave for a little while at the right time. I realized it was up to me. I promised myself that if I ever got another chance, I wasn't going to hold back. If I got another chance, I was going to be ready. Then, one seemingly ordinary day, I saw something shining far off in the distance. Is it possible, I hoped? Could this be my chance? I had to find out. I ran as hard and as fast as I could toward it. I don't know how to explain it, but the second I let go of my fears, I was full of excitement. It wasn't that I was no longer afraid, but now my excitement was bigger than my fear. As I got closer, I could see that this was a really huge chance. But this time I was ready. As it came by, I reached out and grabbed it. I held on with all my might. It felt so good to soar, to fly, to be free. I now see that when I hold back, I miss out. And I don't want to miss out. There's just so much I want to see and do and discover. So, what do you do with a chance? You take it, because it just might be the start of something incredible. So, ASA class of 2024, take those chances. Sometimes you'll fall, might be embarrassing. Sometimes you might feel like you're not brave enough, but you don't have to be brave all the time. And let your excitement overcome your fear, because when you do take those chances, it can be the start of something incredible. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Cameron Nissel, School Board Chair.
Well, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and of course, the remarkable class of Aiken Scholars Academy. As we gather here to celebrate today, I'm filled with a sense of pride and admiration for each and every one of you. At an early age, you decided to take a harder path, a difficult path, and attend Aiken Scholars Academy. And I admire you for it. You've achieved much. And parents, I think we should go ahead and give them that first round of applause. It won't be the last. And I ask, as you leave Aiken Scholars Academy and go wherever you're headed, I ask you, what kind of impact do you want to make? Do you want to serve yourself, or do you want to serve others? I think I'm going to share an anecdote that I didn't share yesterday at my own kid's graduation because I didn't think I'd make it through it. But we'll see if I do now. But yesterday was my mom's birthday. She would have been 85. And she would have been so proud to see all of you because she taught high school students for 50 years. And she loved graduations. She always saw the optimism and the potential that you had as you left, and the pride, just like we do, for your achievement. She herself was valedictorian and cheerleader and high school and college newspaper editor. She helped integrate schools in 2 states. She advocated for laws to help and protect children. And of course, she was responsible and had a part in getting hundreds, if not thousands, of students to their diploma. But that was not without difficulty. You've probably had difficulty yourself. She came from meager means, parents with an elementary school education. She was the first in her extended family to go to college. Her father passed away while she was in college, and she wasn't sure how she'd pay for it. In her 20s, she was hit by a drunk driver, took 3 reconstructive surgeries. In her 30s, she beat cancer. And every time, she kept going. When you face adversity, you get back up and you keep going. One of the things she taught me was, and this is funny to say, that I was not always the most important thing. Through her actions and helping others, she taught me at an early age that other people needed her time and my time more than I did. And she was right. She set a good example, and she taught me how to combine courage, connection, and compassion to make an impact in our community and our world. So, making that impact is not always about being the best. It's about being the best version of yourself. It's about embracing failure as an opportunity for growth, overcoming adversity with grace and resilience, while never losing sight of the values we were raised with and our integrity. If you aim high and miss, I'll be proud of you. But aim high. Class of 2024, dare to make an impact. I thank you, and may you lead with compassion and serve with pride. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Mr. Nissel. Each year, the senior class selects a student to provide insight to their shared experiences. At this time, I would like to welcome Lucas Aiden Willard, senior class selected speaker and fellow graduate.
Class of 2024, I want to begin by recalling specific memory from our time here. In the early parts of our journey at Aiken Scholars, amid weekly vocab quizzes for AP Human Geography, TMPs and AP Seminar, and what seemed like 1,000 schedule changes due to the pandemic, we were introduced to the Scholar Profile. The Scholar Profile details the characteristics of the ideal ASA student, presented as an acronym. Although awards have been presented to specific seniors embodying these characteristics, I can confidently say that the class of 2024, as a whole, well embodied the ideal of a scholar. Together, through our thoughts, words, and our collective effort to be great. Now, if you don't quite believe me or just don't remember the specifics, I'll walk through what it means to be a scholar. S is for service. Our desire to help others has driven us to make real change in our own lives and others. The Walk for Ukraine, the Adopt a Highway program, the countless hours spent at bake sales, setting up for school dances, and all the other ways we've given back to our beloved communities has had an impact that will last long after our time here. C is for curiosity. From long grind sessions on AP research projects to watching Miss Smith quite literally play with fire in freshman year chemistry, our burning desire for knowledge, flamed by our teachers and mentors, have prepared us well for the next chapter of our lives. H is for honor, recognizing and appreciating the great achievements and strides all of us have made in our time here. This is not just limited to titles like captain, president, or chairperson, but also duly applauding the way these past 4 years have changed us for the better. By maturing socially, emotionally, and academically, we have all risen to become Phoenix and to become scholars, the most important honor of them all. O is for ownership. Being an Aiken Scholar student means a lot of trying and, in turn, a lot of failing. Well, I'm sure all of us can remember receiving that first bad grade on an assignment freshman year and realizing ASA was for real. Ownership in a more serious sense for us has been admitting when we were wrong and learning to approach life with an open worldview. Ownership has also meant taking pride in our successes. There were few better feelings as an ASA student than looking at a large assignment we all completed, like the 5,000-word AP research paper or the Adopted Countries project, seeing your name at the top and being like, yeah, I did that. Ownership as a scholar means being prepared to tackle any future challenges with honesty and dignity in our efforts. L is for leadership. A quote from John Quincy Adams says, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." We began our time here being led by Miss Hannah to the sack for Starbucks and pickup basketball, and eventually spread our wings not just to be leaders in name, but to lead our peers by example. Between clubs, committees, and teams galore, our time as scholars has given us ample preparation to be leaders in a world that desperately needs them. A is for advocacy. Whether it be representing your own research at the Scholar Showcase or speaking up on behalf of those who may not be able to speak for themselves, being a scholar means placing faith in what we believe is right and just. And finally, R is for resilience. Anyone that has gone through ASA can tell you that there's been times they've wanted to give up, times where the grind seemed like too much to handle. Debate days in political science with Dr. Young, rhetorical analyses in AP Lang, and 4 AP exams in 1 year. It sometimes felt like we were drowning. But where one person sits idle, a scholar pushes forward, persisting towards the payoff, the light at the end of the tunnel, learning valuable lessons and making great acquaintance with our peers along the way. So, friends, as we leave this school we have come to know so dearly, we leave it not just as graduates or alumni, but as scholars, as leaders, as truth seekers, as people that inspire and leave a mark on wherever they go. In class of 2024, the mark you have left will be ingrained in the history of Aiken Scholars Academy forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas. Each year, the graduating senior who has accumulated the highest overall GPA is named the Valedictorian. At this time, I would like to welcome Sophie Danielle Reddy, class of 2024 Valedictorian.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to thank all the parents, teachers, families, and friends that have supported all of us on our journey through Aiken Scholars Academy. Without your support and reassurance, we couldn't have made it where we are today. But we did it, we survived ASA. Now we are ready to go out and tackle engineering, biology, music, computer science, sociology, and nursing. Before we take this big step toward our future today, let's take a moment to reflect on where we've been. Isolated by a global pandemic behind masks, screens, and huge dividers, we had to navigate through our first year of high school. Trying to survive high school is hard enough, even without the hyperspeed courses and barriers to all social interaction. Eventually, we turned our adversity into triumph. We escaped from the ice boxes in the Ruth Patrick to go on nature walks with Miss Smith. We forged friendships through adversity and bonded with classmates by playing games like Ninja and Among Us. We turned the dividers that were there to separate us into creativity and discovered static and decorated them with paper and expo markers. And somehow, we made it through that first 50-term vocabulary chart for AP Human Geography. I don't know why copying and pasting definitions into a Word document from a Quizlet was so hard, but it took me over 3 hours, a lot of tears, and a lot of thinking, there's no way I'm going to make it if this gets worse. Little did I know, AMSCO guides were about to mess me up. And through the magic that is ASA, I made it. We made it. We learned to adapt to whatever mode of learning we were on that week. We became more efficient with assignments and learned faster. We became stronger, and we will forever have this perseverance and resilience ingrained in us through ASA. And as time went on, we finally got the full ASA experience. The cramped, cold classrooms of the Ruth Patrick became the fancy schmancy classrooms of our own building, and Miss Smith's nature walks became walks in the quad to escape AP research. There were no more barriers, friend groups grew closer, and we all finally got to experience what it was like to be an ASA family. During a lot of these transitions, I couldn't wait to just get to the next step. Like I'm sure many of us did, I just kept thinking, if I can get past this unit, this semester, this year, the next one has to be easier. If we can get past COVID, the normal classes will be easier. If we can get past sophomore year, USC Aiken will be easier. As a result, for me, high school flew by much faster than it should have. I had a hard time looking past all the assignments and stress, and I sacrificed the time to just enjoy life. I'm proud of what I've accomplished. I'm excited to move on, but I wish I had taken the time to slow down and live in the present. In the words of Andy Bernard, from one of the best TV shows ever, The Office, I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you've actually left them. Remember that you are living in the good old days, and the college days are about to get so much better. And no matter how challenging the road ahead may be, remember, if we can survive Aiken Scholars Academy during a pandemic, we can survive anything. I have no doubt all of you are going to achieve amazing things and go on to be successful wherever life takes you. But don't forget to be happy with where you are. Don't think of life as a series of checkpoints you need to complete to be satisfied. Instead, think of life as a fluid journey and be satisfied with every moment on your way to fulfilling your goal. Continue to expand on the resilience and adaptability ASA has taught you to overcome any obstacle you may encounter. But I challenge you to occasionally slow down, try something new, and experience what the world has to offer. Each person's journey to living life to the fullest is unique, so find what resonates with you and pursue it wholeheartedly. We're going off to be tigers and gamecocks, pacers, and a Quaker. But never forget that you were a phoenix first. And like a phoenix, I'm confident that we can all rise and seize the days ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Ron Johnson as we prepare for the delivery of the diplomas. Fellow graduates, let us join our class.
At this time, we will deliver diplomas. Guests, we ask that all individual celebrations be held to a minimum. so that as all graduates' names are announced, they can be heard by their family and friends. Thank you for your consideration in observing this special occasion. Jaden Reese Evansania. Brandon Scott Avery, Jr. Sonia Lee Becknell. Seth Lyle Cameron. Austin Pierce Castor. Kaylin Marie Coffey. Claire Kinsley Cullum. Laura Lee Cutler. Cameron Elaine Downs. Lathan Stephen Garland. Keenan Mikkel Graham. Kyle Daniel Hurley. Richard Allen Hutto, Jr. Angela Grace James. Keziah Sanaa Jones. Carolina Elizabeth Martin. Alyssa Kaylee McLaurin. Brinley Sandra Moore. Connor Allen Morris. Brianna Nicole Nabrit. Mara Louise Newman. Olivia Michaela O'Shields. Ariana Michelle Oliver. Judith DeJesus Sario Hernandez. Peyton Brody Owenby. Sid Dilip Kumar Patel. Colette Julia Peters. Raylene Elizabeth Pruitt. Sophia Danielle Reddy. Bailey Addison Savage. James Harry Saxon IV. Angelia Lily Sane. Deanna Elizabeth Brooke Smith. Kobe James Spadaro. Wyatt Lucas Spann. Caleb Alexander Storm. Zaid Tahir Stroman. Haruka Suri. Rafael Uriel Vargas II. Mackenzie Anye Walcott. Lucas Aiden Willard. Cameron Alexander Williams. Mariah Abigail Wilson. Maggie Zhang. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to present to you the graduating class of 2024.
Class of 2024, please rise. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left.
You can join your class. Mackenzie, please join your class. The faculty has certified that these candidates have met all graduation requirements. By the power vested in me, Martha Messick, the principal of Aiken Scholars Academy, Mr. King Lawrence, superintendent of Aiken County Public Schools, the Aiken County Board of Education, and by the South Carolina Department of Education, I am entitled to confer upon these graduates their high school diploma with all rights and privileges. Guests, please stand and join the class of 2024 in the singing of our alma mater, which is printed on the inside back cover of the program, and Miss Angela James will lead us.
We hail from valleys and ridges of Aiken, a family of Phoenix on an odyssey, a flame burns brighter with immortal fire, with unfailing vigor we light up the sky. At the fountain of knowledge we gather together to drink deep with joy, and soaring we rise. of our past struggles and toils, we scholars will reminisce of victory.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today as we celebrate these amazing young men and women. Before we close, I would like to announce our current scholarship total for this group of 44 students. As of yesterday, they have accumulated $6,145,260 in scholarship monies. That is an amazing accomplishment. As we conclude, we ask that you please remain in your seats until all graduates have recessed out of the arena. We then ask our guests to please exit the building and meet your graduate in the parking lot so we can prepare for the next ceremony. Please join me one more time in congratulating the Aiken Scholars Academy graduating class of 2024!
That's